everyone! It has been a while, hasn't it? Today I have a May favorites for you, which is really kind of like spring favorites all mashed together because I know it's been a while since I have filmed. Life has gotten crazy as per usual, but I am really excited to share with you. So I want to go ahead and get started. The first product I want to talk about is the Tropez Express Self-Tanning Mousse. If you can tell, I'm a little bit tanner than my normal pasty pale self, and that is because I have really fallen in love with self-tanner recently. There were quite a few videos back, I think it was my Sephora haul that I posted, and I had self-tanned in that video, and when I went back and rewatched it, I felt like I just looked a little bit healthier than I normally do when I am like super pale. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with being pale, but I just felt a little bit glowier and healthier. So I decided to start tanning pretty regularly. I started originally with the Not Express. This tan is great because you put it on and then you can shower in 2 to 3 hours. If 3 hours for a dark tan, 2 hours for a medium tan, 1 hour for a light tan. Of course I go for like the dark tan. But what I have found that I really like about this compared to the normal formula that you leave on for 8 hours and then shower in the morning perhaps, is that the normal formula caused a rash all over my body, and I think it's because it just sat on my skin for too long. So what's great about this formula is it only sits on my skin for 3 hours and then I wash it off, but I'm really left with a nice tan that I think looks pretty natural on me, and so I have absolutely been loving this self-tan. Apparently I have been loving being tan because I have a favorite bronzer and brush to share with you today. This is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sheer Color, and I have it in number 40, I believe. This is, when you open it up, it has really nice white packaging, and when you open it up, it actually has a brush and then a little shield over it. So if I drop the shield, you can see that the bronzer is underneath, and yes, I hit pan, which is like a super proud moment when you hit pan, especially on something like a bronzer, but I have just been like coating my face in this bronzer every single day. It's what I'm wearing now, and it's just, I find it blends really nicely, it smells great, it has that kind of Chanel smell, and I'm really liking it with this MAC 135 brush. I find that the shape of this, it's like flat on one side and skinny on the other. I find the shape just really allows me to kind of contour with it at the same time and get around my hairline. I find a lot of bronzer brushes are fat and round, which is great, but I actually have a little bit of a smaller face, and so this allows me to be a bit more precise, but still getting that really nice blended overall look, and I highly recommend this bronzer. I think it's actually technically a face powder, but it works really well as a bronzer. Trying to keep the summer vibes going on, I have of course fallen back in love with my Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, collaboration with Becca, and this is just the most beautiful peachy pink highlighter. I have been wearing it most days. It's hard for me to wear this highlighter when I'm super pale, so as soon as I've been self-tanning and bronzing, I pulled this back out, and I just love wearing it on my cheekbones. I just find it is the perfect summer glow, and just I really enjoy it, and especially with her new collaboration that just came out, I've fallen even more back in love with it because there's hype all over around the product. The past few months I have been working super long hours because I have been working during the day and then teaching a college class at night, and so to get my makeup to last from like 7 a.m. all the way up until 10 p.m. I have been using the Makeup Forever. This is the Step 1 Base Hydrating Primer. I find that this just works really well. It's a no-fuss, basic makeup primer, and I don't normally use primer on a daily basis, but I find that this makes a big difference when I need my makeup to last all day long. So I moisturize my skin, I let my moisturizer sink in a little bit, and then I apply this on top and then go immediately on with my foundation, and I just find that this works really well, and I never do my long days without it. Let's talk about my brow. So I have been a bit of a back and forth between my Anastasia Brow Wiz, my Hourglass Brow Arch Pencil, my new Anastasia Brow Pencil that's kind of like the Hourglass rod. I have been going back and forth between a lot of brow products, and I decided to crack back out my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I got this last year, and actually, if you can tell, I've used quite a bit of it, and I use it with the Anastasia 7 brush. It's just a really small detailed angle brush with a spoolie on the other side. Every time I do my brows with this pomade, I love the result. I'm using it today. There's just something about it, and I was trying to figure out, I was driving to work and I had the visor down and I was admiring my brows, as you do, and I was trying to figure out what I liked so much about my brows, and I think it's that the pomade, instead of just sticking onto my skin, which is how I feel a lot of pencils and powders do, it kind of just goes underneath the hair and sits on the skin and creates a nice shadow, which is awesome. But the pomade, I feel like, really grabs onto my brow hairs that are already there and thickens them a bit and really just like adds hair, like in a way that no other brow product does. And every time I use it, I just feel like I'm having an awesome brow day, and I feel like my brows look really natural. It matches really nice to my skin tone. I use Taupe for my brows. It's a really nice, just ashy brown, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to repurchase this soon, especially when I run out. It's drying out a little bit too, but I always like the look of my brows. It is a little bit fussy. It takes me a little bit longer in the morning, but I find it's really worth it because they last especially all day long. I have fallen back in love with the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. This is just an awesome mascara. It works really well for my lashes. It has a really nice curved brush where you can like really get and like lift your lashes. I personally like lift, separation, and a little bit of volume. I don't find I need a lot of volume, or it's not really my thing, but I just find I do like a super dark like black lash, and I find that this wand really helps give you just a really nice black thick curled lash, and I love it. I think this is my second tube, maybe my third tube, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep repurchasing it because I just find when I have a few mascara options to go to, I always default to this because I just know it's going to do a really nice job and look good all day long. I have had a signature scent for the past 6 months, and so much so that I ran out of it and immediately had to purchase more like the next day because I didn't feel myself without it. And it is the Nest Midnight Fleur scent. I tested this at Sephora for quite a few weeks before I actually purchased my first rollerball. There's something about this scent on my skin that transforms and just becomes me. I absolutely love this scent. I only put it on my wrist. I work an office job, so I don't like to be too strong, especially because I know people are really sensitive to scents. But when people are close to me, they can smell it, and I always get compliments. I just think it works really nice with my personal chemistry. Let me see if I can describe it for you. It's obviously floral because it's Fleur, but it has a like darkness to it, and I would almost say like if you, oh my gosh, I'm totally getting a picture right now. Like if you were taking a bubble bath at night with candles going, and you also had like a floral, like either flowers by your bathtub or like a floral bubble bath, like there's something about it that has that kind of water freshness, but definitely floral and a bit romantic and deep. So at least that's what I smell, but if you are in a Sephora, go ahead and check it out. I absolutely love it. And I'm pretty sure that eventually I will end up with the big bottle, but my Sephora doesn't actually stock the big bottle anymore, so I had to get the roller bottle, and that's fine with me because I can just whip it on my wrists and go about throughout my day. I have one skincare favorite to share with you, and that is the Aesop Parsley Seed Cleansing Mask. This is my second tube of this cleansing mask, and I am pretty sure I'm going to go through many, many more. I am going to make a bold claim, but I am pretty sure this is my all-time favorite face mask ever. And I have tried Glam Glow, and I love Glam Glow, but this does something for my skin personally. I have really sensitive skin, and I find I can use this repeatedly, like every night if I wanted to, and it doesn't break me out. It just calms my skin. It gently helps resurface my skin, unclog my pores, and I just feel like I'm left glowing after I use it. I love to pop this on while my bath is running so that it really has a chance to dry down. And then once I get in the bath, I normally take a washcloth and wash it off, and it is my favorite way to use this mask. I just find when my skin feels like it's in a little bit of trouble, I can pop this on and all of my problems will go away. I have a foundation to share with you. It is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. This is a really nice pipette type of foundation. If I pull it up, you'll be able to see that it has that little dropper thing that is so trendy right now. One of the bummers is that the top gets all kind of foundation-y, but whatever. I have this in the shade Fair. What I really like about this foundation is it's nice and glowy and is, I would say, a light coverage, but just enough to blur all of my imperfections and just give me a really nice base for my foundation. I do find that sometimes that this will get a little bit kind of dewy throughout the day, but I find that that's one of the really great parts about this foundation because it just makes your skin look really nice and healthy. And I would say if you're a fan of the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, which I am totally, that's one of my holy grail foundations, this is very similar to that. This is a bit more dewy and has, I would say, just like a little bit more coverage and definitely has a little more slip to it. But I highly recommend this foundation. I think it works really well and I've really been enjoying using it. I don't find that it lasts all day on me because it's so dewy it does tend to break up, but it's definitely one of those foundations that will last a good 4 or 5 hours and look awesome. Last but certainly not least is the lip color that I am wearing right now. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Bond Girl. And it is, of course, that really trendy mauve brownie. This is a bit of a darker nude. I find that I need a little bit of pigment in my lipstick to not wash me out. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm pretty pale. If I try to do like the super pale brownie nude, I kind of feel like I'm dying. So I really like the pigment in this, and you can just tell it goes really nice with my skin color and my hair color, or at least I think so. This is the Matte Revolution formula, so it is matte, but I don't find that it dries out my lips. I feel like it's a really nice comfortable matte and it doesn't tug when I apply it. And I didn't apply it very full on today. I've kind of patted it in a little bit and find that it's just a really nice overall lipstick. So that is my May favorites for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. I will be back with a new video. I think it's going to be a Sephora haul, so please make sure and subscribe so you don't miss that, and I will catch you very soon.